Okay, I'm here with Donna of Big Brothers Big Sisters. My name is Kenneth Hill, and I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about the Big Brothers Big Sisters program.
Okay.
The first question I wanted to ask is, how is Big Brothers Big Sisters committed to serving the youth in Greensboro?
Wow.
That's a big question.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're a mentoring agency, and so everything we do involves pulling a child in and letting them have a positive experience of the community in which they're living in.
Okay.
And so many people are aware of our organization, whether it's mom, grandma, dad calling in wanting their child a part of the program, whether it's a school system, a counselor, social worker, somebody in the community wanting to engage a child. And we serve all walks of life. It doesn't matter, who you are. Most of our kids that we serve are from a single parent home. Probably
Okay.
99% of them are. But occasionally there may be a two-parent household that there's some health crisis going on in the home. Could be a wide variety of things going on where they need that child needs, someone to come into their life and show them some things. And so that's what we're about. And we've been here for, I don't even know how many years, for a long time. Been around nationally for 111 years, but been here in Greensboro for about probably 28 years. So served the community for many, many years.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's really good. The next question I wanted to ask is, taking the role of the mentor deals with serving and helping others. How impactful is this method between both the mentor and the youth involved in the program?
Ask me that again, the first part of it.
Taking the role of the mentor, it deals with serving and helping others.
Right.
And how impactful is this method between the mentor and the youth?
Well, I think it's about one person, a positive person in the community, sharing a part of who they are with the child. And that's what we're all about. I mean, whether they're going to the park together, going to the library together, reading a book together, taking in a movie together, getting a bite to eat together. It's about sharing who you are as a person with the child. I have so many volunteers, so many bigs that come back to me and say, I'm the one that's benefited from it. I've learned so much from spending time with that child. And so it's a two-way street. Both people benefit from it. And the child obviously is perhaps experiencing some things that they may not necessarily experience in their household. But it's about just learning some positive things from that big that they're spending time with.
Okay. All right. That is real good. The next question I wanted to ask is, how long has the Big Brothers Big Sisters chapter in Greensboro operated, and how is the success of this nonprofit measured?
Right, and Robin would know more about that. Again, I think we've been here for about 28 years. Came in under Youth Focus, and just as of a year and a half ago, left Youth Focus and joined up with Big Brothers Big Sisters in High Point, and consolidated with them. But again, I think about 28 years that we've been around here in the Guilford County area.
Okay. Next question I wanted to ask is, how much youth are involved in the Greensboro typically with the program?
Wow, I think at any, I'm not totally up on the numbers. Again, I'm not the one that does that. I do know that if you take Greensboro and High Point, I think we're serving around 950 children a year. Greensboro, I think we've typically served around 400, 450 a year.
Okay.
So pretty large numbers, considering for every one of those child, they have their own their own person that they're spending that good quality time.
That's a pretty big community-based organization.
That's a big number,
Yeah. The next question I wanted to ask is, does Big Brothers Big Sisters program see itself as more of a service learning program or a community service?
We're definitely, let me say that we're definitely a preventive service. We're not a program. We're not a counseling program. If there's a child having some major issues going on in their life, or maybe they've been in trouble with this or whatever, somebody may make a referral to therapy, counseling. The child may need to, seek out medications, different things like that. That's not what we're about. We're a preventive agency. We want to work with children before they get to the point in their life where they're needing that extra attention. So does that answer the question at all? Or
yes, because what I've seen through Big Brothers is it involves academics and service learning is community-based learning,
right,
including in academics.
Right,
and
right.
so, like, Big Brothers takes their mentors and focuses on a little bit both. That's
right.
all I want to do.
We do a lot. I think overall we look at education and recreational activities. So it's about spending time with the child doing educational things, whether it's at the library reading, whether it's just going to Barnes and Nobles, whether it's just picking up a book and going to the park and reading together, working on multiplication facts together, going to the Greensboro Science Center and just reading the plaques about the snakes or whatever. Or whether it's learning life skills. A lot of volunteers will say, hey, we're going to go to this restaurant. I'm going to show you which forks to use. So, it can be, I think every moment that they're with the big, it should be a learning experience.
Okay.
But education and recreation, and because we do want our matches out being active, whether it's kicking around a soccer ball or shooting some hoops or, something like that. We want them out and about being active, walking at the park, things like that. So it's a little bit of both. And I'll have to share with you, I was just talking to a match earlier today, and the big sister was saying that while she was with the little sister, they made cards for someone. And I thought, what a cool way. Sort of some positive youth development stuff going on in that match relationship. And, of course, we want that, too. Some of our matches may go volunteer urban ministry. I've had matches paint chairs at Bale House. So, it is about doing recreational things, educational things, and doing things in the community that will teach the child about engaging in the community in which they're living and giving back to the community in which they're living.
Okay, that is great. That is too great. The next question I wanted to ask is, how long have you personally been involved with the organization?
I'm going on my 11th year, so not been here as long as Robin, but I've been here a good while. Started in 2004.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And then the next question, what effects have you seen among the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and the youth that they build relationships with? Like,
now, ask me that again.
Touch on some of the effects that you've seen among the Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and like the youth involved.
Right. Yeah, I think to me the main thing about the program is developing a friendship and a trust relationship between the two, and again, it's a two-way street. And again, I had a mom just today telling me that, I can give examples all day long, but she was telling me, she said, my girl has people in her life. There's folks in her life, but they don't always have the best follow through. And she said this volunteer couldn't eat lunch with her Wednesday, but she was there yesterday. She was there Thursday. So it's about follow through. It's about developing a trusting relationship. It's about developing a friendship with someone that is going to do what they say that they're going to do, and somebody that you can count on. Again, there's a lot of other stuff going on, but that to me is one of the main things. Of course, we want education to be pushed, recreation to be pushed, getting a sense of the future. What are you going to do past elementary school? How are we going to be successful in middle school? What high school do we want to go to? Which one's going to be the best fit for you? I have some kids that have decided to go to early colleges, and the volunteers helped them in that, the process, because maybe the traditional high school wouldn't be a good fit for them. So, again, it's a two-way street, and the child really benefits a lot from spending that good quality time with the big, and then the big also is going to benefit from spending time with the child.
Okay, yeah, okay. The next question I wanted to ask is, what specific events are held and how impactful are these said events with Big Brothers, Big Sisters?
Okay. two events that come to my mind immediately is a summer picnic. We always do a big summer picnic for our matches, but also for our families. You know, if I have a family that there's 8 children in the family, you know, the mom can come out, grandma can come out, dad can come out, and all the kids can come. So that's really, really nice. We also have a Christmas event. At Christmas time, it's a dinner. It's sort of a potluck, and everybody can come and sit around the table. And that's just really nice. It builds camaraderie, and it gets them to know about the program, and for us to see them. Outside of that, I mean, we do fundraisers on a regular basis. Our bowl-a-thon and tennis tournaments and golfing tournaments and all kinds of things like that. And those are fundraisers for us because we are a donor-driven agency and we need funds. And so, you know, we rely on events like that and things like that to keep our funding going.
Okay. And the next question I have is, how does Big Brothers Big Sisters incorporate service learning into the program?
Yeah, and I've touched on that a little bit throughout. And some volunteers do a better job at that than others. But when they're together, we do really want them to be engaging in the community, and the child to realize, hey, this volunteer this big is given to me, and while we're together, maybe we will start giving to people in the community. I've had volunteers in their little baked cookies together at Christmas time and then take them to a nursing home and give them to people in the nursing home. Again, painting chairs at Bell House, doing some things at Urban Ministry. It may be something as simple as meeting a need of somebody in the child's family, but teaching the child at a young age, at an early age, yeah, you can do that. You can help with that. You can assist that. Let's do that together. So again, some volunteers do a much better job at instilling positive youth development and giving back to the community than others do. We really like it when we see it going on in that match relationship.
All right.
Really good.
The last question I wanted to ask is, what has made or influenced your decision to be a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Okay, ask me that again.
What has made or influenced your decision to be a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, I've always been in the human services field, so it's always been sort of a good fit for me. But I've personally in my own life, I've always volunteered, whether it's been at my kids' school, whether it's been on the sports field, or at church. Those are the 3 main places that I've always volunteered my whole life. And I'm a big supporter of volunteerism. I think that it's really good to give of your time in the community. And so when the opportunity, arose to come here and work with the I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that want to give back to the community. That was just a really, really good fit for me because I like that. I just think that's a great thing to do. And so anyway, that was what was big for me.
All right. I appreciate you volunteering your time for me today.
Oh, you're
That was a
welcome.
huge volunteer. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.